Okay, so I'm going to use a variety of materials. The first one's going to be oil pastel. So it's just these chunks here. I'm going to do this finger here with oil pastel. So I'm going to use complementary colors of yellow and yellow and purple. So I'm going to put the yellow in first, and I'm going to put that just in the highlight area. So I'm going to start laying that in. Yes, it's a pencil drawing to start with, but remember you want to do this extremely light. Just showing you this so you could put it in there. Okay, so I'm going to start just laying it in. I don't want to put anything on that nail. Just want to put a little bit, maybe a little bit on the knuckle. And now I'm going to grab, what is this, purple or blue? Let's go purple. Go for it. Okay, I'm going to lay the purple in this area now and start to blend into and overlay into this. So the darker parts, just like a cylinder, darks on the sides of the cylinder. And put white underneath for any area that I want to be extremely light. So that nail, I need to be white, and then I'm going to put yellow on top, so it's a light yellow. So it's still there, but it's just lighter. Okay, so if I want to blend a little bit, I could take the white and just start maybe moving these two into each other. Right there. Take the yellow and the purple. I could use this as a blender. My yellow is now the blender. I start putting this in here. Moving that around. Okay, let's go down here. A little bit of yellow here. Those are just the highlights, so now I need my shadows. I'm going to put a little blue in too to deepen all this because this is pretty dark through here. So it just gets a little darker in the shadow areas. So I'm going to put a little dark blue here first and then put purple on top. It's like putting the pieces together. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to start blending it together. I'm going to use a blender, just a good old faithful paper towel. I put a little bit more here, but I need more yellow because I feel like there should be yellow here. So I'm just going to take the yellow and scrape until it becomes more of a highlight right there. And it's going to look dirty. That's fine. I scrape a little bit right there so it's a little lighter. Try to keep your strokes consistent with the oil pastel because it pretty much is like gooey crayons, right? It's gooey crayons. I'm going to take this now because I want to soften some of this up. So I'm just going to do small circles. And this will get you control so you can get a nice edge. So you don't have a fuzzy finger. It'll scrape it a lot though. If it starts to peel up, there's a little bit of like that bump right there. Just get another sheet of paper and just clean off your blender. And then just try to scrape it off a little bit. So clean off your blenders because it'll just scrape a lot. Okay, but it blends it all together nicely. So this is more of a shadow area right here. Clean off my blender. And I want to put more yellow right here just because I feel like the sun is coming from this direction. So I'm going to lighten right here on the knuckle a little more just by putting a little bit more highlight right there. And right there. So now there's like blue, purple, yellow. There's a bunch of colors right there, which is kind of fun. Okay, so maybe that finger, it could be a color scheme piece. Okay. Let's try the thumb to be in a color pencil. Okay, the thumb, I'm going to try to keep the same color schemes going. So I'm going to do yellows and purples again, but just with color pencil here. So on the thumb, this is the highlight. So I'm going to start with my highlight first, lay in color pencil. But this is actually the watercolor pencil. Just trying to do it all different. So I'll put watercolor pencil on the highlighted area, which is my highlight right there. That's just the area. That's it. That's all. Now I need my darker color. I need a purple. Does someone have a purple or a blue? Blue and purple. Alright, so I'm going to lay a little purple in here, and blue, because I want to keep it consistent with this other kind of hand here. This is just experimental, guys. Do not do multiple medias like this. Keep it consistent with, if you're going to use oil pastel, try to use a little bit all oil pastel. Maybe think about the background, think about the app, or with the other objects that you're using. Okay, so small circles, I'm not doing big areas. And now I'm going to overlay it so it gets this greenish color, so it's not a line. So I'm going to overlay a little bit over the yellow. And put a little more purple now. Now I'm going to deepen the purple so it brings in that complementary feel. Right here, right here. Since it's a watercolor pencil, I'm going to grab the watercolor. I'm going to grab a very, very small brush. Get a nice point on it. That is not a nice point, so I'm actually going to make it a point. Because then you get control. Okay, so make it a point. Put a little bit of water on that tip. Oh my gosh, it's because it's been sitting in my brush all night, in my cup all night, so it did that. Not good. That's why we store brushes upright. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into the yellow first. Small circle, and it makes it green. I'm not going to go into the blue quite yet. I'm going to drag a little in there, then go clean the brush because it contaminates, and then clean up and do the blue-purple color, and it really deepens it up right there. Okay, I'm not going to go into the yellow because if I move that into each other, it's just going to become a big blue mess. Clean my brush again, and drag some down. And I guess I can continue. Huh. All right, starting to look like a hand. This needs to be a little rounder right here. Okay. Let's stop that now.